capacity than we have now, that we would be more powerful than them.
They were put in place. Double bazooka, double bazooka, double bazooka, double bazooka, double bazooka, double bazooka, double bazooka. Studio mic.
Triple bazooka, what do you think about that, huh?
And then later on, they had offspring.
Triple, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 bazookas.
And then they had offsprings, and they got diminished down, and there was no more reach anymore left.
Studio mic. You know what? Let me tell you something. As I have studied these tablets, and I've also looked at the ones that are coming out of Cambridge University, and they'll do translation. And I found that the white race was created as a warrior race on this planet. That's why no one can equal the white races or the red race. The red race is brutality. And they were bred for specific reasons, because they did not want to use nuclear weapons or earth-destroying weapons. And at the beginning of the war, they only used biological weapons, aka the white race, to fight off the people who invaded this planet. And as a last resort, they had to go to nuclear weapons. Over.
That's pretty deep.
They had a war amongst themselves. The gods were fighting amongst themselves.
What about Joe?
Their history was they fought endless wars amongst themselves on their own planet, and they finally settled their issues. And one clan had to marry into the other clan, so they were locked by clans that way, and it settled all the wars on their planet. But when they came in over here, they ended up doing the same shit that they did over there as they had a war here. And that's why they say we're bound to whatever happens in heaven, it will happen on the earth. It's the same. So we're bound to the same history that they had. And probably nuclear holocaust amongst ourselves is basically what they were talking about.
You're absolutely right. But I'm going to say this, that what I have discovered is that there was a war that was waged. When you go back to the Book of Enoch, even, and in that war, the people who were used to fight that war, okay, but it was a war of honor, okay, was the white race. The white race only makes up 5% of the total population of this planet. 5%. Only 5%. And any time that that population exceeds 5%, there's some type of
just 5%?
biological element that introduces itself into the system. So that they were a warrior genetic.
That's right. We're a warrior race.
I wondered when Tolkien would start that shit.
I I can agree with that, Snoopy Dog. We're a warrior race.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I can
I do. I think we're a warrior race. I ain't messed up with that. Wait, what do you think, Horace? You think the number of hams that are fighters that are white is probably really low, a low percentage?
Nation of the country.
Talking over everybody, stupid.
I would say just a small percentage of the ham population are fighters, that are white. That's just, I'm going out on a limb with that one.
A lot of ham operators ain't nothing but the pussy.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless it came from
What's wrong, Todd?
because he has a...
I just got home from slipping and sliding. Well, I'll tell you what, Tennessee is messed up right now.
Was basically known for...
I mean, bad. It is bad out there. I told my boss he can have it tomorrow. I ain't gonna even attempt to come in.
I believe that's what happened. That he was in Africa.
It's the ice now. We got a light drizzle rain with
Well,
to get on top of the layer, 2 inches of layer of ice we already have, so now we're getting a layer of ice water on top of that to make it just slick as crap.
One of the plagues of Egypt, I got hailstone with fire.
Mostly A positive.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Everybody, y'all people in the South just don't know how to drive in the snow. Well, y'all people up north, come on down here and show me how to do it.
These are all warrior blood types. They're designed to have
I got two cars in my front yard right now. They thought, that ain't no problem.
We got balls.
A connection with other human beings. The white race is capable of extreme violence. Genocidal violence. It's homicidal. And they can do that because of the way their genetic structure is made. They were not only warriors here on Earth, they were warriors on Mars and warriors in other parts of the universe.
Sober and we can play it back for him. Well, they sent a lalo to die.
That happens quite often around here.
Possibly that face that's up there is his tomb. Listen to them all in there. Anyway, we're here and you're glad you made it home safe. Thanks for resting.
I'm not even going to attempt tomorrow. I'm staying home. But anyway, have a good night over here. It's Mr. Snoopy Dog. I'll talk to you when I can. K4HI.
Made him a tomb for a king.
Might be mine.
They don't make movies like that anymore.
Well,
he was sent there to die on Mars by himself, man. Exiled and everything to die there. After getting his ass whipped, too.
Well, I agree with you, Todd, 100%, except for the fact that the white people are ideal for a warrior race because they do. White people, and I'm just going to say this, white people can suspend their ability to show compassion to another human being very easily. Black people don't do that.
Wake up, white people!
Black people are more accepting than any other people on this planet. So are the Asians, so are the Indians.
Everybody's
very accepting of other people and other cultures.
and the willingness
what
to
you might see
basically,
on the news.
promote violence.
Okay, I've been to China. I mean, I've been in China,
If you go and find
not
the white
in
trash people, you'll find that on
the
most of
capital,
many white
Beijing,
trash people,
but I'm talking about in some of the provinces.
Same as you find on
Okay,
inner city
and
blacks.
the people were very accepting of me.
You make any kind of scientific analysis.
What I'm saying is, this warrior class of white people or red people, because you're not really white, you're red, they were used in the battles that the Anunnaki fought not only in this hemisphere, but in other galaxies.
History of tribal warfare amongst African tribes.
Oh, I don't know,
and
man.
the activities of those African tribes and the barbarism of those tribes. You obviously haven't studied that, right? You're just
all those
regurgitating
kings and everything back in the day
the history of European
that were
white
put in place.
culture in the West. But if you go to Asia, you go to Africa,
you know,
and you delve down into the history of
I don't
humankind,
know where
go
any
to
of
South
the white
America.
people
Piece of history. You can look to
back in the day.
Western history, and you can see all of
So
the
that would
city-states,
be the same lineage as Cain.
of boundaries
Okay,
between
if that's
nations,
the case,
wars, etc.
that would be
I'll show you the
Cain's
same
lineage.
difference, the same problems in Africa.
If that was
I'll show you the
case,
same
then
crap
maybe
that
that
happened
mark-
amongst American natives here
Maybe
in
that
the
mark that
northeast,
was
the
put on
North
Cain,
America continent,
maybe
and the
he
South
was
American
white.
continent, wherever you find human
And he
beings
wasn't
contending
black.
and challenging each other for resources, they're
You know
going to
what?
find violence.
You are absolutely right. Cain was a red man. Okay?
The next thing you're going to say is that all Egyptians were
built
black.
the original
Cleopatra
thing.
was black. Is that what you're
And the
alluding to?
original
You're going to say that Cleopatra,
pyramid,
whose
in,
line came from the
in
Ptolemies
Egypt.
of Macedonia,
And he
was black.
also,
Is that right?
in Rio, built the pyramids here in Mesoamerica. Let me tell you something. I've been reading this and studying this and looking at all these different archives,
What sources
and
of information are you using?
I've come to the conclusion that the people who came here, the Anunnaki, they came here and they represented many planets. The Asians, the blacks, the whites. The blacks were already here. Black people were already here. But they infused their genes, the Anunnaki who were Asian looking,
People are superior.
they imprinted their genetic code on what they would be the Asian people. The Anunnaki who were dark skinned, they imprinted their being on the black people.
You're confusing skin color
The
with race.
Anunnaki who were Caucasian looking, white or red, they imprinted their genetic makeup on the white people. But they all had different castes. And the ones who imprinted their genes upon the white people, they were warriors. Because if you look at African culture, there were no warriors in that culture until the Arab conquest.
Well, the blacks weren't here already. That was in Lil. And Lil was in charge of the black-headed people. He's the one that fashioned them from the beginning. And something else. He was the one that ordered them to all die from the flood. So a lot of them got wiped out. It didn't kill all of them. You know, it didn't kill all of them because basically they were out of Africa. And Lil was in Africa. Okay? That's why they were so advanced in mathematics and starting building structures to live in. Way before the flood. Way before the flood. That happened way before the flood. They call that tribe the Nubians, or Nubians, I think, is what the name of the tribe was. And they migrated from Africa over in Egypt. So they were all over in Egypt already. They were in Samaria. They were all over. They were in Turkey. The black people were in Turkey.
Those places when those people
from Africa all the way down to Turkey they were. They found the Nubians over there by Galete Tempe.
Thousands of years.
And all that. And they had pottery and they found jewelry and things like that, and that was way before the flood. Somebody had to show them how to make that shit, man.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And what gets me is the arrogance of some white people when they think that everything that they know today came from them. When, believe it or not, Albert Einstein, if you read his diaries, you read his works, he got all of his concepts from Africa.
Well, if you remember, Cain was
some of the developments. Certainly mathematics and a lot of science
when Inky didn't accept his offering,
Persians and the Chinese,
and that it was with Adam, they had a rivalry going on. And Cain's temper was so great that
the last 3 centuries,
he bumped them up, man. He killed them.
Washington Carver, who found different ways to use peanuts.
One born right behind the other.
That guy invented the light bulb.
And you got to remember,
the radio.
They used the gene from Inky. Inky used his own gene and classed his own gene. When he did that.
Wow, y'all are out there.
And no one that claims that he discovered any of those things that Western man and European man brought to the forefront.
That's some crazy shit right there they're talking about.
Yeah, they're talking some wild stuff.
Wow, it's Inky. Inky has to do with it.
Offsprings, the human offspring.
Good evening to you, Brother Darren.
Good evening to you.
He set the first human up
Black man
to his
discovered a
father
light bulb or invented it.
For his approval on the human species.
I bet you he read that out of the writings from some white guy.
If that was Cain's lineage, which I think it was.
I think it's all a bunch of poppycocky. I think we all came from Adam and Eve, and That was it.
And it's very
That's what I believe.
That's where the white people
It's true that some people in other cultures may have been smart at the time when white people, Europeans, were living in caves, like the Arabs were inventing and working with science.
And Todd's got the evidence of it because he read it.
Chinese were
That's right. It's in the Bible.
I've been looking for that word inky in the Bible. I can't find nothing.
Yeah, where's Inky at? I ain't seen that.
So the discoveries of
Inky that expired on genes. Look that one up.
I think the only inky that I ever knew of was the inky dinky spider crawl up the water spout.
Came to rain and pushed the Inky out.
Hey, Todd, let's go to 68.
268, I think.
Yeah.
So some charlatan comes in here and starts talking about how white people are more violent than black people, and black people are more...
You know what? If you cut us, man, we all bleed red.
Just go to your local ghetto. Go to your local inner city and see how peaceful your black people are.
Black, white, red, brown. Well, they all origins was from Adam and Eve.
Black is black and I want my baby back.
Baby back ribs. Give me some of them ribs.
Yellow, black, and white, they are precious in His sight. God loves the little children of the world.
Jesus loves the little people, even though there's some really big ones. You got inky dinky people, you got yellow, green, and white. You got all the different colors. It makes it bright. Inky dinky was not in the book.
Don't quit your day job.
I mean, I heard some crap today, man. Let me tell you what, that was that was crazy.
Yeah, white people are more violent by nature than black people. Give me a break.
We come from aliens. Well, I mean, statistics show that might not necessarily be true.
I think I'm gonna watch Blazing Saddles.
And black people are not warriors. What about the what do they call them? The dingo warriors?
I'll tell you something. Africa was killing itself.
Didn't they ever watch the movie Roots, man? He was a dingo warrior, man, Toby. They had warriors, man. They were warring people.
Every part of the world was fighting each other for resources and stuff. That's the point I was making to the guy. There's no...
Yeah, but I mean, everybody. If you're a human being, you got warrior blood in you. People are all, I mean, let's look at this here channel right here, man. Most of these people are of all different origins. You got brown people, white people, and everybody's throwing rocks.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. For somebody to come out...
Kilo 4 Hotel India Lima.
...is more violent than another by their nature is bullshit.
I mean, you got some of them, man, that are just, they're into rock throwing so much that they decided to use it as a job.
Anyway, that's the argument that I made, and that's what I think I chased him off because he couldn't handle it.
Blazing Saddles. Mongo nut. Mongo straight.
Every human species, every human race.
I think the Vikings was pretty much the fighters, the Vikings.
Good and bad.
Well, they were just bigger than most of the people, They were bigger, and so they was able to handle extreme weather and stuff like that. They were more acclimated to it, so they would come in, they would rook you. They would come in, fight, and then go back, and nobody wanted to go there,
Exactly.
Be over the head with a shovel.
But, as far as races go and all other stuff, who gives a care, man? You know what? We're all human beings.
Yeah, we're way past all that.
Every human being has the same...
everybody's equal in America. They just need to get over it.
And, this is something that ticks off a lot of people, Don't matter if you're white, brown, green, or whatever you are. If evolution is true like they say, to evolve means to become stronger, so there you go.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
them guys are saying we came from aliens. Yeah, well, they're crazier than a big bed bug. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they like cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah, the Ozzy, those are the so-called anesthesias.
You know, some things you just gotta say
cuckoo, cuckoo.
And they read it out of a book, you know. They don't have nothing to go by. They just believe in what they read. It was some good book. It's controversial to what is, what is factual. And people do that. I mean, look at society today. They don't know if they're boys or girls or whatever. You know, facts are facts, and those are truths. Those are what you call absolutes. They don't believe in absolute truth. They believe that truth can change. Well, if the truth changes, then it's not the truth.
That's
here's the way it is. There's male and female, and then there's mental illness.
Also, we have to also remember that civilization is based upon moral teaching. The stabilization of civil society is based upon some level of moral teachings, which mean laws. Laws that are adhered to.
That's all I got to say about it.
Civilization through its pace, through its next step.
Well, if you go all the way back to Jubilon, Tubalo, and all that there, they were stone builders. One was of iron. You know, and those names are used in certain works. We'll say that there. In certain works, they go back to the works of the stone builders and stuff like that. And Jubilo was, and Tubalo, they were builders way back before the flood.
Yeah, well, every society, every great civilization society will fall when its morality drops. Right now, we're like Rome. Our morality is dropping.
Well, yeah, and it's going to drop, as long as you have stupid people in charge.
Well, besides that, our whole culture and society is accepting of all this evil shit and this aberrant behavior. I mean, since when does homosexuality produce a minority group? Since when is LGBTXYZ plus some sort of minority group? It's a presumption of sexual activity, is all it is. It's not a particular culture. But
it's a perverted spirit is what it is. It's a perverted spirit.
They turn their culture around a perversion. All right, a deviation, sexual deviation.
Yeah.
Sexual proclivity. And, most of us who grew up in normal situations are not going to accept that. We accept it that they have the right to do it in their own bedrooms. If you start showing up in the streets, promoting it, it's not going to be acceptable that much. Eventually, civil society, to preserve itself, is going to shun it. And that's what happens in the Muslim world. In the Muslim world, if you promote yourself as being homosexual, they'll throw you out of a window.
And that's where they should do too. Back in the days of Moses and all that kind of stuff, the Old Testament, even in some of the New Testament, if you was into perverted acts, whether you be male or female, if you were perverted acts, adultery, they just take you out and stone you. Get rid of it, cleanse.
I see signs LGBT plus for Gaza, okay? If you were on the Gaza Strip and you showed your LGBTYXYZ plus proclivity, they throw you...
It's our own fault, man. It is our own fault that we've allowed it to come this far. Oh, we don't want to hurt their feelings. Why not?
About 3 months ago, I was up in the woods and
That's because people have deviated from God and spiritual connections. You don't have to necessarily be God-fearing to the point of, religious fervor.
Still in there, Todd?
Some level of understanding that
I'm still listening.
Is based upon a Judeo-Christian heritage, and that's what...
I was listening to King Tut. There's a song going.
...that keeps our society together as a civilized Western nation. And once you start losing that, it becomes unraveled.
standing live to see the boy King. You get so funky.
I remember that way back when. No, not really.
Okay, they must be out this way.
However, I know a lot of sisters see I taken all my money and bought me a museum. Buried with the donkey.
Cuckoo!
The ladies love to shine. Rockin' soul and mind.
Alright, check me out here, Darren. I'm done. I'll catch y'all later. I should be in here tomorrow 'cause I got a snow day.
You ain't going in, are you?
I ain't going in, dude. I almost didn't make it home, so I'm done. Alright, this week's over.
How bad is it coming down, snow or rain?
Right now it's a misty rain sleet, which has turned the 2 inches of ice we already had on the ground like a skating rink, dude. It is horrible.
Oh, man, that's bad. Well, enjoy your day off tomorrow. I brought in a whole bunch of wood, so we're ready to go for another 2 months.
All right, getting stuff done. All right, we'll holler at you.
All right, John, I'm going to clear out of here too, man. This is too boring for me. All right, check you later.
W09EW5 tonight.
Go ahead.
Well, we had our snow day for 3 days, but no water. Just that little hamlet I live in, those stupid no-stinking rednecks can't maintain the system. Each year it freezes, and this makes day number 4 no water.
Oh, man. You have no water in reserve?
I got drinking water. I've been using it to take spit baths, and that's about it.
You got snow?
We did have ice. It was a little bit of snow and sleet. It's formed to a sheet of ice and almost impossible to drive on. Well, it cleared up today. It got above freezing, so. And now it's going to turn colder tomorrow again, so our so-called water department here in this redneck little town I'm in, that's probably next week before we get water.
That's terrible, man. You have no place around there where you can get springs or anything?
This year I'm gonna look into having a water well drilled, and if that takes place, I'm gonna tell them to come get their crap off my land. I'm gonna throw it through their front window.
Yeah, it's nice to have your own water, man. Yeah, it really is. I mean, I got my own water, so I don't worry about those things. But I know there's people that do.
Yeah, they got this big water tank. I guess they put the water up into that so they can downforce the water throughout the district, little small district we got. But that's above ground. And when you have time below freezing like that, especially at those temperatures, almost down to 10 degrees, 11 degrees I think it was one night, that sucker froze. They won't heat the damn tower.
Do they have heaters on it?
It don't work. The stupid nose-picking rednecks couldn't just fix a damn faucet.
Well, they better hope that it don't freeze enough and start breaking seams. Otherwise, when it thaws out, you guys are going to have a major problem.
That's on them. About a year or two ago, they increased their water rates for improvements. We have yet to see the improvements. I think I heard Todd, they got a snow day, so I guess they're getting what we got.
Did you get a big amp?
No.
Well, you sounding good today.
The band's good today.
Got you at 20 over.
You were between 20 and 30 over.
Yeah, roger that. Well.
Yeah, the band up to today, but yesterday all the way back through Sunday with all the heaters running and a big draw on the system. My spectrum was like a saw blade. Extremely noisy.
Right.
We say you're about to get out of here. I'm gonna go look to see what I can cook for dinner, and I got me some disposable dishes now, so I don't have to worry about the stack of dishes that are in the sink already.
There you go. Yeah, we had Italian beef sandwiches with peppers and mozzarella cheese.
We can only do a chicken pot pie or a baked ziti.
A baked what?
Ziti. Michelangelo's baked ziti. Got meatballs in it and pasta.
There you go. Yeah. All right, man, I'm going to check out of here, shut everything down, and go watch some videos, I guess.
I guess get ready for the entertainment up or down on 3927 through 30.
All right, man. Good luck. We'll talk at you later on. WO90, we'll be clear.
All right, Darren. 35, MI clear.